Hey everyone, welcome. Before I do this is not real, but I want to give you a little bit of a Christmas spirit. So welcome everyone, welcome to this special Christmas episode of Tech Condo, and I'm really into the thing because if you can see, I actually have my Christmas shirt on. So I am really ready, and I hope that everybody is doing well. You will get, today we're going to talk about 2018, maybe look a little bit back in 2017, because that's also important to always look a little bit back. Let me adjust the audio a bit because it seems to be hot. And hot we don't like. Let me see if I'm also on, if you can actually see me, but that's probably be okay. There you go. Indeed, I am live. All right, so welcome guys. So today we're going to talk about 2017 and 2018. 2017 will be very short because I'm not going to go into too much technology, but a little bit more of a, talk about what happened to 2017, what I've done, what we're going to do in 2018, and of course also talk about a great unboxing that I have here. I have a box right here that I'm gonna talk about. I'm actually not all by myself today because he is in the house, and if I say he, I am actually talking about this poor fella. Well, not poor, he's not poor, but he is in the house, and he's resting like he is normally, so that is great. In the meantime, I see that Jordan is in the house. Welcome, Jordan. Great of you to be here. I really look forward to talk about everything that I have planned for you today. And let me first test this for quickly. So if I can see you, and there you go. Hey, Jordan. Great. You're in the house, and that is the most important thing indeed. If you like the show, please go ahead and like this post, like the page even, and of course also, you can also share it if you like it. You can do that in two ways. You can share it to multiple people at once by just clicking share and then go to your page. But you can also just tag a name of somebody who might be interested in the Oculus Rift, because the Oculus Rift is the unboxing that I'm going to do today. I actually didn't look at it, so it's a little bit like, I hope that I can actually manage not to have a look at it, but I think it is going to be well. Hey, I see also that Amy is in the house, and she is reacting to Kermit. Kermit is indeed resting peacefully, like you can see right there. He is really relaxed. It was an innovative day for him today, in all honesty, because as you might understand, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So I had to clean the house, and he does not like the vacuum cleaner. He does not like it at all. He hates it. So if you have a pet like a dog or a cat, and do they like or don't they like vacuum cleaners, because of course they make a lot of sound, and that might be also the reason why he does not like it. So let me go back to this one, because in 5 minutes and 17 seconds we will be talking about some cool stuff, and that has everything to do with my prediction if it comes to next year, and that would be the virtual reality, augmented reality, 360 videos, etc. Susan is also in the house. Susan says that her pet hate the vacuum cleaner, and I know you have cats or cat, one of the two. Indeed, Kermit really hates it. He's really like, like cats can be very angry and like that kind of thing. And he actually does that for that. So that's interesting as well. And Jordan actually has a cool thing. He says, "I see you on both cameras." What does he mean by that? Well, let me show you. That is the behind the scenes camera that you can actually have access to. And so I'm taking this this possibility for now, just to show you. I have to prepare something here. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, there you go. All right, so if you go into the website, the TechCon website, which is here. Okay. There you will find the support Taekwondo, and if you click on that, you can actually sign up for a $10 or $20 per month support. And if you do one of the two, for the $10, it's only until the end of January. For $20, it will be all the time. You can actually go into this menu, My Stuff, and go to Behind the Scenes Studio Camera. And if you click on that, you can actually see, let me scroll a little bit above. There you go, boom. You can actually see me behind the scenes. So if you like that, then that is totally possible, so that you know that. Let me see. Paul is also in the house. Welcome, Paul. Great of you to be here. And Paul says, the video has an option I never saw before, quiet mode. It doesn't seem to do anything. I have not seen it myself either. I only assume that quiet mode means that if you scroll behind through your wallpaper, it probably will not play audio. I have no clue how it works, but it's interesting. Let's have a look at that later. And I also see Joey and Joe is also in the house. And Joe, he says it's really cool, and it's definitely cool. Joe, you're also working on some cool stuff as well. So a shout out to you, especially because you will be organizing an online conference for automation testing, and that is really cool. I am in IT business, so I really am interested in that as well. So keep up the good work. That's going to be awesome. I know it will be. Susan says that she loves Kermit, and hopefully it does it a little bit. Those are red hearts normally. So again, before we start the show, we will be talking about 2018, and we will also be unboxing something that I'm really looking forward to work on. And indeed, Paul Dixon, you are a person that really sees a lot. He says, I see the Super Nintendo controller on the set. Yes, it was not even the Super Nintendo controller, it's a Super Nintendo Mini, and we will definitely be talking about that soon. I still have to do some reviewing. I have to play with it to see what I think about it, but it is really cool indeed. Let me see, we have 20 seconds to go before we start the show, and again, we have some cool stuff lined up for you today. But before I'm going to talk about 2018, I'm going to talk very small bit about 2017, and that's going to be in roughly 10 seconds from now. So get your breath, get a drink. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Welcome to Taekwondo. It's the day before Christmas Eve, I mean, and I'm a little bit in a Christmas mode. I have these nice lights over here to make it a little bit more of a feel to it. I've got these lights over here. They're not real, so I can just do this, but Hey, it's about how it looks, right? So today we're gonna go back for 2017 for just like 1 or 2 minutes. But if you have something about 2017 that you want to talk about, then please put that in the comments because I can actually put them on the screen. So if you are, for instance, Amy says your shelves are almost full, and that is indeed the case. But the cool thing is that if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, both can actually do that. So if you're on YouTube, you can do this. And Joey says, it looks like you're using vMix now. This does not look like vMix, Joe. So we'll talk about it later. I will talk about it too during 2017. I think it's a good thing to talk about that. And can you still use your Mevo cameras with vMix here? Joe says, no. That is not possible. That's also the reason why I'm not going to that area. But at least what I wanted to show you was that you can actually comment on what we're discussing and maybe putting in some additional stuff that you really think that is important. So that is totally possible. Also, I would like to shout out to these people that you will see here below. These people are actually supporting the show. Without these people, this would not be possible for me because, of course, buying stuff, the studio, it all costs money. And yeah, it's just the way it is. Of course, everybody understands that. But yeah, it will take some money. So let's talk about what we're going to talk about. So 2017, just a very brief moment. Then we're gonna do a unboxing, and I'll also explain why I think that is part of 2018, and I think that we really want to talk about that. So let's start the show. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. And what a week! What a week! Just one day before Christmas comes, and I'm not all by myself. I'm actually together with my cat, who is right here beside me. You can roughly see my hands a little bit waving, and it's really great not to be alone in this studio. But I'm also not alone because you are here. I see a lot of people coming in. Amy, Joe, Jordan, Floyd is also in, Paul is in, Susan. Oh, a full house. Really cool of you guys to be here. And yes, let's talk about 2017 before we do the unboxing. So 2017 is actually the year where I changed from Petra's Music Condo to Tech Condo. That was during the summer time frame. In the summer, I actually went to the States where I was really doing some cool stuff about, let me say, buying some cool gear that are AI. So like for instance, Google Home, Echo Dots, that kind of thing, which was really cool to finally have my hands on them because you might not know, but my day-to-day job does include thinking about big data, about analysis, about machine learning, that kind of thing. So it is, for me, something that I'm really also very interested in. So that was one of the things that, for me, 2017 was my introduction, so to speak, to home versions of AI. And I'm talking about Siri, for instance, but also with about Echo or with Google Home. All three of them have their own quirks, have their own abilities, and I actually also I actually started using the Amazon Echo here to shut down my lights or start them up, to switch them on, sorry, which is really, really cool. Also this year, I actually, with a lot of pain in my heart, in the sense that it's also a very expensive phone, I actually bought a new phone. This is the most expensive phone that I've ever owned. And I'm really, really, really careful with this. So this is an iPhone 10, but this year was actually also a year if it comes to really, really good phones. Talking about the LG V30, if you really like the camera that's in there, the Pixel, the Pixel phone is really also a great phone. The Note 8 with the stylus, which is for people that love Android, also a great phone. So there's a lot of things going on this past, but there are also a lot of things that didn't go that well. So there, if you look at what happened this year, there are not really a lot of things that are really great in the sense that innovation is more of a logical improvement than the being something totally new. I think that it's across the board. I mean, even though this is this 10 is actually a totally different phone than for instance the 8 or the 7 or the 6. It is still not really a totally different ball game, but it does have a lot of potential. And I also talked about the face recognition. It might be a little bit of a geeky stuff at this moment, but I do think that it might be something that will be very much interesting in the future. But what I really like about this phone is, for instance, the augmented reality possibilities that it has, and that is also related to 2018 and my prediction about it. Also 2017 is about 360 video. A lot of previous years 360 videos was quirky and not that great, or you had to pay quite a lot to have that around. And these days, actually 360 video, you can actually have a very decent HD 360 for roughly a $300 price range. However, in all honesty, for me, I don't think it's there yet. And that might hurt some people, but because I like to have HD video wherever I look. So if you have an HD 360, and actually it is not HD all the way, it's actually less than HD because it's a bigger canvas, so to speak, where you have to look at. So that is something that is really about 2017. And let me check what you guys think about it. Amy, she says that her day job is also related to big data and machine learning. Hey, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So we might have some discussion about that. That's really great. And let me see. Okay, so I have to talk about the vMix part as well. I will do that. But before I do that, I like to say hi to Floyd, because Floyd actually says something that is also very important, because he says Happy Christmas, everyone, and in the Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Floyd. Really great of you to be here. But during the pre-show, we also talked about the streaming software. So, as you might know, if you're new, this is a software-based system where you can actually switch between cameras. For instance, I can switch to this camera, to this camera, to this camera, hello, and also to, for instance, this camera. That is also possible. So I have in this studio, I actually have four cameras. So that is something that that is possible with this streaming software. You can also show the lower thirds, how they are called, and talk about, people that are supporting the show. Like for instance, Geeks Live is $50. Awesome, thank you. But there is a shift. I use Livestream Studio for the most part, but you see quite a lot of people actually using another software package called vMix. And even though vMix, I really like vMix and I want to really go to the vMix system, I also have quite some investments. And I use special cameras which are not capable of being used by vMix, for instance. So I actually have to change that in the future, but that is something that I'm not able to do because, of course, the investment still is there. So it will take some time. But I want to be able to, for instance, give you some. Where was that? Yeah. So for instance, Jordan says exactly what I'm doing. He says vMix is only used for comments, and that's exactly the way that I'm using it. So actually what I do is that I actually use two live streaming software actually on the same system. Don't do that. Actually, it's not good. It's not best practice. But for me, it's the only way of doing it, to be honest. And it has two things. So I only have the comments running via vMix, and I'm bringing it in to the Livestream Studio, which is actually the streaming software that I use, and that is all combined through the magic of keying out the green screen into one layer. So that's the way that I do it, and I think it's doing it very, very well. Joe is also saying something going back to the previous comments. Ton of new companies are coming out with AI-driven test tools. And I only assume that that's the case, Joe, because that's the only way of really making sure that you have covered all the aspects of your testing is by learning from mistakes, etc., etc. So I do totally agree with you that that's the way moving forward. All right, talking about moving forward, let's start with the coolest part of the show, and that is the unboxing of the Oculus Rift. So let me get rid of this for a bit, so I'm not able to hear myself for now. But I actually have the new Oculus Rift, and it comes in a big box, a really big box. So let me show it to you on a different so this is the box. I actually have to do like this. Hello. It's a big box, and it actually comes in a little bit of a smaller box, but still, let me try to get it out for you. Get this out. Oops. And then, of course, they put in. Let me try to get it out. All right. All right. So this is the box, and I've not seen it yet. So for me, it's really new. All right. Time to sit down again and have a look at it. So, as you can see, it's a big box, and it comes with. Let me go to the other side. The glasses and two controllers, left and right. And let me try to get this out of this. And it's mostly used by gaming at this moment. All right. It's mostly used by gaming, at this moment, but it will actually be more and more of a how to say that, a more of a product that you can use for different stuff, like I said prior, augmented reality and virtual reality now, and mixed reality. And before I do that, maybe it's good to just say what these terms actually mean. So virtual reality is really that you're in a virtualized environment where you can actually move around, go left, go right, even walk a little bit to the front, a little bit to the back, and you can actually use the controllers to, for instance, walk between brackets to another place. Then you have augmented reality, and augmented reality is actually just a video or a view on the world where you can actually get additional information or something cool. Like if you have, for instance, IKEA has a app where you can put a chair from IKEA at a certain place in your house to view if you like it, yes or no. But it's not mixed reality yet. So mixed reality goes a little bit further because mixed reality actually knows if something needs to be printed behind something. So if, for instance, Kermit would be virtualized and walk behind this box, you will actually see his tail over here and his head over here, but the rest is all behind this box. In augmented reality, he will be here because the augmented does not know how to use that. So those are a little bit of some terms that might be interesting to know. And also 360 video is also something that I would love to see with this, even though it's not per se augmented or virtual reality. It actually is something that I really would love. I would love to walk between brackets in, for instance, New York or in New Orleans or in Paris or maybe Yellowstone or Zion National Park, for instance. So, but enough of blah blah. Let's do some other stuff. Let's show you the box. So the box is right here, and it's a little bit of a big box, so I actually have some issues with getting it all organized. So let me get these candles to the desk, and let me try to remove some stuff here and then open it up for you. A little bit more, yep. There you go. So I love the big O on it. It's a very nice view, and there you go. There you go. So this is the box, and let's open it up. Da, 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 da. So this is a huge box. It's so huge that I actually cannot even put it into in my studio, in all honesty, at this moment. All right, so this is what's in the box. So I see the controller, which, oh wow. So the controller really feels very, very, how to say that? A lot of quality. It's a quality build. There are these buttons that it has an A and a B button and how to say that, Oculus button and a joystick like here. It really feels like a very good controller. It's actually I would say it feels like a Sony controller. I really like the PlayStation 4 controller. They're really handy to have, and it really feels very good. It really feels very good. So I have two of them, so both for left and for right. Let me put them on like this. And the only thing is that I have seen is that they actually do not they're not chargeable, so you have to add batteries. So let's go back to this screen. So you have a battery over here. You can open it up. Oh, hey. Ah. So you just put in some batteries right there. And it's really nice. It clicks into place. It's like magnetic. That's how it feels. Really nice. Then, oops, did I do it the wrong way around? Yep. This one goes in here. That one goes in there. Or it's the other way around. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Right. Then I have here the this is the sensor that, and it actually has two sensors, and this is really sturdy. It's really really well built. So I think that I can actually say that it's well built across the board. This is something that you just put in front of your or beside your monitor, and actually you have two of them. So you have a very precise. Ooh, let me show you. So it's the packaging. It actually is connected by this, and then oops, there you go. A second one. There you go. And there's of course some manuals. Trouble setting up the Rift? I hope not. Don't give up. We can help. That's great. So hopefully I can do that myself. And there's this package. Let's get you started. It says to set up your Rift, go to oculus.com setup, and I'll do that later. And there's a cloth for the lenses, I assume. A sticker, so they're really O2 stickers, like Apple also does, and a booklet, a large booklet. And here I can also see that there are some batteries. So it does come with batteries. It's a little bit awkward that they don't make it so that you can actually. Oh, it's this time. And there is this device, which I have no clue what this is. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's see what that is a little later. Oh wait, it's an audio tool. Okay, I have no clue why it's there. Okay, so that is the package that it has. And the last but not least, the Oculus itself. Let me stand for this because it feels to be. Ooh. There you go. All right, so let me show you. So here you can see that you have your lenses, and they are protected. So I have to get them off. And here you have 2 connections that are needed. So I think that looking at this, I need 1, 2, 3, 3 times USB and 1 time HDMI as a connector to get that organized, to get that done. And it really looks great. Let me show you. There you go. So let's talk about the reasoning behind having this. But before I do that, let's check if you guys have some comments. So let's go back to this one. Oops. Yep. Poof. There you go. Let me see if you guys have some comments before I move on. But sorry, Joe says, how could you have had this in your studio and not open it till now? Oh, no, I get you. Yes. So, Joe, the thing is that I would love to show you what I'm unboxing, and I think it's really cool to do that. The only problem with this product is that even though I can use it in the studio, I'm not able to stream and use this in the studio at the same time because it's actually running on the computer that I'm using now. So I have to, the installation part and the usage part of it, I actually have to do record it because of the fact that I'm not able to do both of them at the same time. But I will be creating that video for you guys to show it. And yes, I actually have to admit it's very tough not to open it up. I actually didn't open it up and at all. So this is really my reaction as it is now, and I really love it. So yeah, Jordan is also reacting in the sense that he loves the overhead shot on the BTS camera. So again, the behind the scenes camera is the camera that you can have access to if you are becoming a supporter of the show. If you pay $10, you'll get it for a month for free. And if you have a $20, you get all the time for free. And it's really cool to show it to you. Actually, you can also see me preparing the show, etc. So that's great. Amy, she loves the overhead camera. That's really cool, she says. That is this one, to be more exact. And yes, it is really cool. I really like it. And actually, I can also create a variant of it where you can actually also see me at the same time. So that is really great. And thank you so much for saying that. I love that. Oh. She actually says that, especially over at camera and the pip of you together. Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that, especially. So let's go a bit further about this. So why do I have this? I really think that 2018 will be the year where 360 video will really kick off. It's already doing that, so I really think it's going to be even better, and I really hope that we will have like 6K or 8K videos, that we really have a immersive experience, and we'll love to have that with this device. Now, this is not virtual reality, so 360 video is not, you're not able to walk across the room, right? That's not possible. You have a video, but that's already really cool. I also think that this is for augmented reality, something that is really interesting. So I really am interested in giving it a spin and playing with it, and hopefully, sorry for that, and hopefully it's going to be a really cool year. And I also saw that there are, for instance, videos where you're kayaking on the Grand Canyon River, what is it? I forgot. The Colorado River, and if you're there, you can actually walk around and then look around and enjoy the view of the Grand Canyon. And I would love that, and especially also for my father, for instance, who's not capable of really doing a lot anymore, look like a lot of hiking, so he can actually still see quite some cool places in the world, which I think is really great. So that is the reason why I bought it. That's the reason why I will also have maybe one or two additional streams about this product to talk about it and how I think it will change the world, so to speak. It also has something to do with Jordan. Question, the Player movie. Can you type it down, what it's called again? I forgot about this, but yeah, please write it down, because then I can talk about it, because that has also something to do with these kinds of glasses. Anyways, I'm waiting for Jordan for his reaction, but in the meantime, I would love to again thank everybody for being here on the show. I really appreciated your commenting because you make the show. We're part of a community. I really appreciate that, especially of course the people that you see down below. And next week there's not gonna be a regular show. I will be going live, but from the phone, I think, just so you know, have a short discussion, etc. But not a full blown show. The first full blown show will be in the first Saturday of the year 2018, and I'm really looking forward to that. In the meantime, I have some reactions that Susan says are Ready Player One, and the same thing was said by Jordan. And guys, you're absolutely right. And that movie is all about virtual reality, and I think that is going to be a huge movie in 2018. But I'm also a little bit worried that it's a little bit over the edge. So maybe it's not. Floyd says, I love the 3D painting. What are you talking about? I totally spaced out. And Joe is actually also reacting. He says, Vrolijk kerstfeest. Thank you very much. Vrolijk kerstfeest is Merry Christmas in English. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. And again, thank you so much for being here. And I will leave you with one more thing, and that is, of course, my end credits, because I had to update it a little bit, because from now on, you can become a supporter of the show via techcondo.net. And the way that I mean, the design of the website is actually done by Paul Dixon, who was really he really did it. He created a fantastic website. So oh yeah. What you can do without the Oculus, he says. Oh, that is interesting. I will definitely look at that. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, and have a great Christmas. And if I don't see you next week during the normal phone stream, I wish you all the best for 2018, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye.